We're back in the woods, and this is the only way I can hold the phone while I'm walking without killing my arm. I need to build the muscle, but that might take years. So I think it was, I don't know, in my teens probably, that I heard this saying, and I think it's from the Bible, I think, and I'm not religious in that kind of traditional sense, and I only read the Bible to study when I studied history of art, and I don't remember it then, but that's not the point. I probably didn't read all of the Bible, actually. I can't remember. Anyway, the point is that this person or someone I heard speak and quoting this sentence, this saying, which is casting pearls before the swines, and they were talking in the context of how it's actually used in day to day when people use it, which is that, don't cast yourself before others who will just, not treat you well, or just, or not treat well what you say, what you share with them. And it's just stuck with me as like, exactly, that was my response. Maybe not literal response, but my feeling was like, yes, bingo, I so feel that, I can so resonate with that. And so yeah, I mean, it's then eventually I grew up and grew older, and I don't like this kind of before the swines, to imply that people are swines. I really don't like that. It just doesn't do any good to anyone. I think, starting with myself. But the kind of biblical language, which, yeah, it's archaic to say the least, and outdated again to say the least, but the wisdom is there. And the wisdom that I take, and what this this channel basically is about, is staying alone, keeping your distance, so that you don't share yourself with specific people, individuals that you feel. I mean, the offenses, and you can't see me, but it's like air quotes over offenses, right? Anything really, like, just not really digging in, not, glazing over their eyes, like they're just not, it's not sinking in, doesn't mean anything to them, it doesn't interest them, they find it boring or just like nothing. And I've seen this happen to me numerous times. So the kind of indifference of something that you share is so important, or the kind of fake, possibly out of good intentions. I often detected also like things like almost that curiosity, gossip hunting kind of thing, and where they show interest but it doesn't feel genuine for some reason, and those are just two that I think may have been at play. But bottom line is that, yeah, you don't it feels really just wrong, you feel worse afterwards. And that's what eventually got me like, why am I doing something that I don't. You start off by, why do we share, right? Because we want to unburden ourselves, we want to kind of have someone see us, hear us, we want those things, right? And essentially to feel better for it, even if by fraction. But no, I never felt better, never, because the way I was received was nothing like I needed to or wanted to. So yeah, so I stopped, basically, more or less. And this happens even from the most loved people in my life, the ones that actually genuinely feel their empathy, compassion, otherwise or overall, right? And love and care, genuine care and kindness. So there's no malice in any shape or form, or ill feeling, or just, anything one doesn't really want around themselves. And yet still I would be received in ways that are not what I wanted, or what they don't meet my reasons, my criteria rather. The reasons why I want to share myself doesn't get met, doesn't doesn't get satisfied or whatever. So, and this goes back to language, which I have many videos on, that it's essentially we can never really communicate ourselves in a way that it actually lands on the other person exactly how it's meant. It's just impossible. So then obviously, I'm okay with that because I love these people, and that kind of interaction, that kind of sharing helps a little bit. But I still hold back on the biggest things because I need a certain response, and I don't do it, and I know I won't get it. And occasionally I risked and thought, well, okay, let's just try again, and still didn't get it. So I essentially, partly this YouTube is kind of for that, partly, but it's still only touching a surface, deeper maybe at times, but the ultimate companion for those shares is my journal. That is, or rather, by journaling I receive myself the best. I know exactly what I need and what I want in terms of response and compassion, the level of compassion that I need. All of that I can give myself, and the way to do it is either talk to myself in front of the mirror, which I often recommend on my other platform, and for your shadow work and all the rest, or just journal, which is in another sense also talking to yourself. And that's that for today. And I'm running out of breath. I've only started this health regime recently after a long time of really not paying attention to my fitness and health. So there you go. The road ahead of me, as I'm just about to show you, is very steep, but I'm climbing it. So anyway, I shall see you tomorrow again.